All right, I got to interrupt you. We have a very special Easter surprise for all of you listening on USChessChamps.com and here at the St. Louis Chess Club. Former world champion Garry Kasparov is on the line from Moscow to talk about this tournament.
Gary's in the house. Welcome, Garry Kasparov. Garry, can you hear us?
Gary's suggesting all sorts of great moves right now.
You think?
No. I was listening to Maurice's comments, especially about Baginskaya to Abrahamian game. Probably now is not good for Black, but in the position, you were so vocal describing how bad was the Black's position that I wish, I could play with you this from the Black side.
Is that because you're trying to win some points?
Not to win, I'm just, I'm looking at the position, and after she played knight d3 just a couple of moves ago, and Black made a horrible move, queen f6. But if Black played a5, followed by bishop a6, I'm not sure that, all your, outcries about terrible position, Black's terrible position would materialize.
Well, I remember we had those 3 bets going at the Carlsen match versus the World, and I remember winning all 3 bets. So I know you want to get back at me for that.
But look, it's not about bets, it's about chess. It's not horse racing. So no, I thought Black could have played a5, which was a very natural move, instead of this queen f6.
What?
And what would you do after a5?
Oh, I'm not going to argue with you on that. That does look like a very good idea.
Yeah, but it's just very natural because I have terrible bishop on c8, and we all have to develop our pieces. And after a5, if you go queen c5, I still go bishop a6, queen takes a5, I take on d3 and queen a8, and I'm not sure why I should be happy.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself because b4 looks like the plan was to play a5.
No, but it's not. Actually, after a5, I have not only idea of bishop a6, but also knight b5, attacking d4, and then appearing on c3. And if my knight comes on c3, then the pawn of c6 that you are so proud of might be a weakness.
Yeah, and
I think that after a5, white could be in trouble because the pawn on c6 is weak, and I don't know what it's e4 is not working. Black position is so far solid, and instead of playing these stupid moves like queen f6 and h4, Black had to deal with the problems on the queen side.
Way to be subtle there, Garry.
Well, I think everyone's just in shock that Kasparov refuted your analysis.
It's not analysis. No.
How could that happen?
Look, we don't have computers. It's not very sharp position. Just it's about, some portion of common sense.
And what do you think of the other games today?
Other games? No, actually, other games. I don't have any serious arguments. I think Shulman is better, but I think Hess will save the game. That's I think it's the probably your Morris comments about strengths of Black position was a little bit of exaggeration. Black is probably Black is definitely still better, but something tells me that probably it will be a draw. I might be wrong. Black is still better. So after a5, it's still unpleasant, but maybe Hess will save the game. But the problem with Hess, that is, and especially with Sam Shankland, that I think they were a little bit, afraid of their opponents. I mean, I was shocked yesterday to see that Sam was, trying to make a draw with extra piece. I was, No, I think the problem was that he was counting pawns and I counted pieces.
And so what's your prediction for the championship? Who do you like to win right now?
No, I think it will be Kamsky, Shulman, the final, and it's okay. Gata is a favorite, but you never know. I mean, Shulman has a very good record in playing this kind of events, so I wouldn't bet on either. So, but as for now, yes, of course, Gata will win easily, and Shulman might win the game, but I wouldn't be so sure that he can win today without tiebreak.
Indeed.
And as for women's championship, I guess that Crush lost yesterday, so she has to win today. Yeah, but okay, she can win a pawn now. Yeah.
Yeah, she can take on A4.
She can
I
take
think,
a pawn, and
unless you disagree with me.
No. I'm not arguing. Definitely. I'm just trying to figure out whether she can do something more dramatic. But probably, she shouldn't. She shouldn't spend too much time. Grabbing a pawn is often a good idea. Especially because the next move could be probably knight c5. Trying to eliminate one of the two bishops.
Wow, I actually suggested that move. I'm surprised he agreed with me on that turn as well.
Don't get used to it.
I'm not used to it. Gary and I go way back. I know what I get when I speak to Gary. So what have you been doing lately, Gary? Anything we should be following? You're always doing something very enterprising.
When you say lately, what do you mean?
It's not a trick question. Just
it's 2 in the morning in Moscow now, so it's late. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah. I'm still working, on my ideas to bring chess into educational system, and recently, in coordination with European Chess Union, Kasparov Chess Foundation made presentation in Brussels for European Union. Just to start the process of integrating chess into the educational system in Europe. So we have plenty of experience in America. Kasparov Chess Foundation has these blueprints in more than 3,500 schools across the country. And we believe that in Europe we are in a good position to convince European Parliament and executives there in Brussels to make chess as a recommended option for curriculum.
Fantastic. And how's your progress on that going in the United States with the Kasparov Chess Foundation?
No, but United States, there is no one minister of education you can approach. And as no matter what we think about the over-centralized European system, if you want to do something, so you know where to go. So in America, you have to deal, not even from state to state, but more, from municipality to municipality. And that makes, of course, our task more difficult. But still, the number of schools adopting our curriculum has been increased quite dramatically. And I said now 3,500 schools and counting.
I know one of the things you do with KCF is you teach some of the top talented juniors in America.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do it twice a year in June and December in New York City. And now it's already the 4th year. And there will be another session in mid-June in New York.
And you've worked with Shanklin and Hassett some of those sessions as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So just, we had in these championships 3 of those kids, the teenagers who attended our sessions. It's Robson, Narodnitsky, and Sam. And Sam now is doing quite well. So I wish he could have been more aggressive yesterday. So but it's a pity. It's a pity that he just he didn't use such a great chance given by Gata.
And what are your thoughts, Gary, on the World Championship candidate matches coming up? Do you think Gata has a strong chance against Topalov?
No. No, when I said no, you said strong, Of course he has a chance because it's 4 games, and anything can happen in every match. But I would pick up Topalov in this quarterfinal. So if I have to pick favorites, so I would pick Topalov against Gata. But again, the matches. It's very, very close because just 4 games. It's too short, for real battle. So that's why every inaccuracy could be the last one. So I would pick up Aronian against Grishuk. I would pick up Kramnik against Rajabov, and Mamedyarov-Gelfand. I don't have a favorite. In general, I would say Aronian is a big favorite in this event, but because it's one event, 3 matches in a row, anything can happen. So I think that making predictions, it's too risky. But if you have to nominate one favorite for the sake of argument, I would put Aronian on top. He's more stable now, well prepared, very serious. It's rising. But Aronian, if he beats Grishuk and if Kramnik beats Rajabov, then they play each other in the quarterfinal, in the semifinal. And 4 games match, Aronian Kramnik, anything can happen. So that's why we can have almost everybody could be a winner. And of course, on the side where Gata, Topalov, Mamediyarov, and Gelfand, literally anything can happen, and any of these four could be eventual finalists.
Now you have a home in New York City now, and you've definitely been trying for many years to get chess to be more popular in the United States. Any headway on getting corporate sponsorship, or is that still something that we seem to not be able to pull off, some type of long-term sponsorship for professional chess?
I wouldn't be too confident, telling that tomorrow we'll have corporate sponsorship for professional chess. I think it's very important that we'll have a corporate sponsorship for school programs. It's very important that chess becomes an integrated part of sort of social, cultural, and educational life in the United States. I think that's the first step, and I'm working on it now. And I think that in the next year or so, something positive can happen. I don't want to rush and make any predictions, but I think the general climate of recognizing chess as a sort of universal educational tool and something that is very useful to society, this climate has been steadily improving. And of course, thanks to Rex and his efforts in St. Louis, again, U.S. chess now is on a stable ground.
Now, I know you visited the St. Louis Chess Club here a few months ago. What were your impressions at that time?
Look, it's now definitely the capital of U.S. chess, and it's much better than being somewhere, in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee.
Oh, boy, taking a knock at the folks in Tennessee.
No. I'm talking about the place where U.S. Federation, had to move off to New York.
Indeed.
No, there's nothing against the great state of Tennessee. So I'm just talking about
good political answer there, Gary.
Yeah, he was there he was in Nashville a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Nashville. But I'm not talking about Nashville. Nashville was a great event in Opryland with 5,500 kids, but I'm talking about the location for USCF, and now with so many events in St. Louis, I guess US chess found its home.
And what do you think about these events that are coming up in St. Louis? Nakamura is going to play against Ponomarev, and Feingold is going to play against the venerable Viktor Korchnoi. That sounds like a fascinating match. How is he still playing chess at 80 years old?
Look, it's absolutely amazing. So I was in Zurich as one of the guests at Korchnoi's 80th birthday party. And before that, before the party, Korchnoi played a simultaneous exhibition with clocks. Clock exhibition, 10 boards against juniors. And one was even 2200, 2250. So when I just walked in, and I saw Victor, just moving in with a stick, so I just got, I didn't feel good. So and then I told Petra, his wife, and then to Victor himself that if they need any help, so I'll be around. So I could probably make a few moves, or I could just replace him. He got almost insulted. Yeah, and he did great. So he played this simul. It was 8-2, less than 3 hours. Yeah, and he lost 2 games. But one game he lost because he was pushing too hard. He didn't want to make a draw. So it's an amazing mental power, and a will to play chess. And it seems to me that the moment he plays chess, his age is dropped. So he changes. You see somebody who's 8 years old. The moment he's at the chessboard, I feel like he's getting some energy from the chess pieces, and he's growing younger.
Indeed, incredible. We seem to have a result.
I think that Gata Kamsky has won his match and game against Sam Shankland.
So congratulations to Gata for winning that game. We will have those players up shortly. And one final word from you, Gary. We would be remiss in not getting an opinion about Hikaru Nakamura, our highest-rated player at the moment. He's been surging recently. What do you think about his chances of eventually fighting for the world title?
Look, it's not that we have World Championship match tomorrow, so we probably should talk more about his ability to raise in this ladder. And just now he's what, number 9 or 8 in rating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so I think he has a huge potential. I think the match with Ponomarev will be very important because he'll be facing a player with a lot of experience in matches. And I think Hikaru needs more experience in playing at the highest level. I think he was right by not participating in the U.S. Championship because he needs to learn more about playing against stronger opponents. I'm sure, U.S. Championship is also tough competition. But to make further progress, he should concentrate on trying to beat opponents of Ponomarev's level or higher, because I'm sure he has only one idea of getting to the very top, and all Americans from St. Louis to everywhere, they will be delighted to see another American following Bobby Fischer's footsteps.
Well, thank you so much, Garry, for your insight and your analysis on the games today, and for all you do for chess.
Thank you very much. So, I guess, our predictions were right. So Kamsky won. Hels, I think, will save the game. That's what I feel. I'm not sure, but I think he'll save the game. And I think Crush has a good winning chances.
All right, Garry. Well, next time, try not to have such strong opinions about chess.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not about chess,
Thank you so much. Former world champion Garry Kasparov. Always a treat to have him on the line. Yeah, he's kind of a good player, that guy.